Right. Good evening, everybody. I am Arborelia. I play a lot of virtual pinball. I've been trying to experience the entire history of pinball through virtual pinball. And tonight I'm here and I'm joined by Flannel Cat, who will be here in just a moment. And you've just seen her, firing some BAM and defeating some various sizes of Luke. And we're going to show you a series of tables that we think are maybe not the greatest pinball tables, but that are, reasonably accurately recreated in Visual Pinball X, which is a pinball emulator that we'll be using to show you all of this.
And really it's just an absurd amount of liberty is taken with the April O'Neil sprite on this.
Yeah, all right, so... Okay, let's restart VPX so it knows your controller exists. Yeah, so we're starting EMD.
Yeah, this is primarily the Arborelia show, but I'm here too. Hi!
It's so much better to have a player too. It's more fun to compete.
As they say.
As they say on the backglass of many pinball tables. All right. Okay, do you have your control now?
Oh, excellent!
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Cat's gonna be player one every time. We had a very intense negotiation over this. It was not very intense because Cat always wants to be player one, and I always want to be player two.
I don't know if I got player two in, but there we go. All right, folks. So let's see what we can or can't do here.
Yeah, we're just hitting select on the controller to insert coins. And yeah, so this game, there's some cool stuff going on. Data East always did some interesting things with licensing. It's also a game that just really feels like it doesn't want you to make progress.
Yup.
You've got that ramp, which you want to shoot sometimes, especially for the skill shot or for the jackpots. And it's got this post in the middle of it. Like, you can make a perfectly aimed shot on it, and if it's too perfect, you're going to bounce off the post.
Yeah,
and then
95% of the time you hit that post and call it a day.
And what you really want to do, which is not remotely clear, is you want to collect the 4 turtles, and you do this by hitting the colored stand-ups. Which involves some very risky side-to-side shots, but it's what you need to do.
Now, I'd like to point out how much effort I put into that ball and got absolutely nothing back out of
it. Yep. All right. So I'm up. Notice that the plunge doesn't matter. It just either goes into the ramp or into the wire, or you plunge again. Gotta try to aim for that skill shot ramp, and I just bonked off the middle of it like you do.
Yeah, the skill shot is that. Oh my god, you almost made the ramp.
All right, so made one of the riskier ones, and well, that's the problem with making a risky shot.
Yeah, and people are talking about Data East in chat. Data East, while they are not called Data East anymore, that team is still making pinball, and they won the pinball wars, if you will.
Nope. Through several buyouts, they were the only 90s pinball company to survive.
Yep. And as you said, buyouts, different names, but Stern Pinball right now is the remnants of Data East. Gary Stern was the one in charge of that. I cannot believe I'm hitting this ramp. I am a pinball goddess.
Yeah, you just gotta hit it like 7 times for it to matter.
Yeah, so if you've seen Sega, which, Stern was sold to Sega.
Idiots.
Yeah. Oh my god, I got a multi-ball!
She did it!
Stern closed. Original Stern Electronics.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And then Data East popped up, and they're like, we want to get into pinball.
We should point out you're doing like the most exciting thing on the table here.
Oh yes.
Well, no, the most exciting thing is if you could light the 10 million jackpot.
I've never heard this victory theme. Is this just from Turtles in Time?
I don't know.
Data East knew how to make a jackpot noise.
Uh-huh.
Super. No! It's still lit.
Oh. Well, you've got the sewer lit again for like another multi-ball, I think.
Head for the sewer! Head for the sewer! Whoa! Head for the sewer!
Oh.
Sewer!
All right, well, that's going to be a little hard to compete with.
Start your timer. We know in 2 hours.
Oh, right. Sorry about the timer. All right.
That was a decent ball, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I could do that would beat that, I think, would be to get the 10 million.
Shoot the ramp!
Hey,
Yo.
I got a skill shot.
Kill shot, man! Cowabunga! Ah!
All right. Everything I'm still trying to hit is on the left, and I'm on the left flipper. Let's try to post pass. Hey!
So post pass is a technique. Oh, where you cradle the ball on the flipper and try to hit it into the sling, but the corner, so it clears the gap and lands on the other flipper. It's a skill, and there's a few pinball designers out there that purposely design their tables so you can't do that. Either be like a weird corner to a sling or a slightly larger gap or something.
You know, I just shot the Save April shot, and it didn't count.
You did not save April.
Uh-huh.
Help me, Leonardo!
The only one's help from Leonardo. We are clearly the best turtle, Donatello.
Radical!
I love the little rat on the D&D. Let's go.
Oh, that pizza.
So yeah, this table's kind of a janky mess. Like,
Wipe out!
Like, of the tables that we put in this bad pinball list, this is maybe my favorite one to play. Because it's still very exciting.
I like our finale table. I got to play it in person,
Oh, wow.
and it was pretty cool.
Help me, Leonardo!
You have to save her from an impending wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, God. I mean, she's there under the ramps telling you about her twin jackpots.
Jesus!
Shoot the ramp!
Oh,
Totally awesome!
Oh, yeah, cool. I'll just be in hell over here.
all right, well, I still got 6 million points to make up. All right, the skill shot's worth a lot on the last ball. Hey! And I can still going. Oh my gosh!
You got both?
I got both skill shots.
Serious pizza!
You got serious pizza!
Awesome!
Oh,
Captain Ball is what Captain
yeah.
was.
Blah. Oh, god dang it. All right.
Whoa!
You'll fight well.
Yeah, let's go!
I love being a turtle!
Wait,
Oh my gosh, right. It gives an extra bonus round to the person who wins.
yup! Welcome to the winner's circle multi-ball.
Whoa!
Mess of it trying to plunge those balls. This was one of the first tables that could auto plunge during multi-ball, actually.
I hit the special.
Help me, Michelangelo!
I also hit the jackpot. It didn't do anything.
All right, well, good game.
I love being a turtle call out. It's just really good. Do we match? None today.
Ah, bummer, dude!
I did hit the special, which means theoretically I want a free game. Where are my initials?
Yeah.
You'll fight where?
Alright, moving on.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Let's just load up the next machine. We're going back to 1980, and this, believe it or not, is not the movie Alien. This is Space Invaders.
Like the game.
Mm-hmm. They got the license to Space Invaders, but you could tell what license they really wanted. Oh, right. The DMD is fake. Okay, our scores are there on the back glass. All right. So, Kat, start us off.
I have played this table a bunch in real life. I hate it. It's Silver Ball Mania, which is already a bad table.
Are we not getting sound? We're not getting sound. Hold on. We're not getting table sounds.
There you go.
Yeah. I just need to put it in 10.7.
There's no music in general, don't worry. There's like a terrifying hum.
Yep. But I want to hear the terrifying hum, so there we go. Yep, and siren noises. Okay, so some things about this table. It is too wide. There was a fad for wide-body pinball tables. Just, you know, you get more pinball. This generally involves, like, awkward wide shots that are not reasonable or satisfying to make with your flippers. And this table certainly has some of those. One of those shots is on like a 5-second hurry up, which you will not get control of the ball in time to do it.
Nope. Also, that horseshoe is just too tight.
All right, this is me.
Light up Jonesy. Unfortunately, there is no Jonesy on this table because that is, you know, the property that they may have wanted instead of the property that they got.
Oh yeah, like that upper flipper, like you can't let it fall off the upper flipper because
Oh my gosh, we hit a horseshoe.
Because it'll go down the drain. But, like, I don't know what to do when the ball's on the upper flipper.
Abandon all hope. You're hitting lots of invaders. I think this is your game today.
Yeah, then that's the goal. Okay.
Here's the hurry up.
Here's the hurry up. Let's. Nope. Yeah, the goal is to hit a bunch of the lit invaders, and then there's some like jackpot shot you can make. I think.
Got some bonus. 5x.
Oh well. Yeah, that's some bonus.
Yeah, they are good beeps at least. Yeah, those are dead bumpers up there. They're like pop bumpers, but they don't pop.
Just bump.
Please no, thank you. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
So to tell you about some of the things that we're doing as we compete on pinball, one of the things that's very important to do is to nudge. Like, nudging is a super important pinball technique. Now, we're playing digitally, so nudging is fake, and we're just hitting buttons on the controller to do it, like hitting the D-pad.
Yep.
But, you know, it's a super important thing to be able to do in pinball.
And I am exceptional at nudging in real life.
Yeah, she really is. Yeah, both of us play a fair amount of real-life pinball. Kat is way better at it than I am.
I disagree, but I just compete more.
Okay, well, just took second in the Cleveland women's competition, so...
I did, and I want my points. Alright, here we go. Will I clear Arborelia's score in the slightest here? On this hateful table. Nope!
And so when you nudge the table, there's a tilt bob inside it. Which, you know, Kat has just demonstrated. Did you just... Okay, you didn't just tilt. Okay, good. No, you sure did.
I tilted her ball, too.
Yeah, that's a DQ. All right, yeah. Yeah, that is a thing not to do in a pinball tournament.
Yep.
Kat tilted the table, and it finished doing the penalty on my ball, so I don't get to play it.
Poor sportsmanship on my part.
All right, that was Space Invaders. Let's move on to Gottlieb's Big House.
Gotta get out of here. Oh, we have a back glass now.
Uh-huh.
This table's rude and mean and hateful, and I don't like it.
Yeah, unfortunately the scores are going to be really hard to see, and there's no better version of them, but let's go. The scores are down there on the back glass. Yeah, this is a bit of a dismal table. And your goal is, I think your goal is to get multi-ball over and over.
Hey, look! They're onto us!
And also your goal is to break down that wall of lights, and that's bonus, I think.
I must run out of this joint!
Alright, so...
Alright.
I'm not gonna do that again.
Yeah.
Also an illegal move in tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, no more death saves.
It's not a death save, it's a bang back.
A bang back, alright. Yeah, well, I'm glad you love the voices, because we'll be hearing them over and over.
I think they... I don't know. Like, there's a bunny in there, too.
Alright,
I'll never get out of here.
So that's a lock. It's gonna go into this really cool drill thing.
Hey, look! They're onto us!
I'm trying to get one of these right ramps. There we go.
It's not allowed because it's very violent towards the machine itself and disrespectful of the hardware
Must run out of this joint!
and likely to cause damage.
Oh, heck. Alright, now we see the most frustrating thing about this machine, which is it unlocks your balls at the end of every ball. You do not get to keep your progress.
Nope. Say goodbye. Also, just like, there's no bounce off that left wall there.
Yeah, I can't figure out how you're supposed to get that middle lane. Like, I guess just a really good skill shot that doesn't bounce at all.
I'll never get out of here.
Oh, there you go.
Alright!
Well done.
Thank you.
Center peg is very helpful here.
This joint can't hold me!
So it's gonna plunge that one back because that block is already full.
I'll never get out of here. Shut up and keep digging! Hey, look! They're onto us!
Alright.
Blow the bridge!
The cat's got 2 balls locked and she needs to hit the escape ramp thingy.
You just hit the same number 2 ramp again.
They do end up in the same place, don't they?
Yeah, the ramp comes down.
I'll never get out of here.
Oh,
Anyway, so much for my locked balls, eh? Here I was, thinking I was gonna get a point, and instead I didn't. My wife is pushing me out of the way.
I need to be centered on the screen or else I don't know what I'm doing.
This joint can't hold me!
Oh, well, okay.
Ah,
Yeah. The lock? No. You have to do the locks in
get
order.
out of here. Shut up and keep digging! Hey, look! They're onto us!
Oh, come on.
I must run out of this joint!
And like, there's times I've played this table, like, yeah, I think this table's probably fine. I should play this table more. And then I play it, and it's so hard to have a good time with it.
This joint can't hold me!
Although, you know, in general, I do have a good time demonstrating kind of bad pinball tables.
Oh, no, don't worry, like, I'm in for this.
Get out of here! Shut up and keep digging!
Alright, the backhand.
Blow the bridge! Hey, look! They're onto us!
Yo?
Yo!
This is the warden. Drop your weapons. You're surrounded. You can't escape. Surrender.
I had weapons? Why wasn't I using those?
What's going on in this joint?
I don't exactly know where we're trying to shoot at.
I don't either. I think maybe that center blinky thing.
Or, yeah, maybe
Break it
not.
down.
Do anything.
Yeah, no.
Your weapons. You can't escape. Surrender.
Well,
Never know.
Oh, they got me. What's going on in this joint?
Oh, cool. I nudged it once.
all right. Well, I'm gonna play the last ball. I
No,
won.
you play it.
Yeah. Well, I've won this round.
I'll never get out of here.
Shout out to Firebam, F's in chat, y'all.
And if this were a competition, like the polite thing for me to do would be to just let the ball drain because I've won already.
Joint can't hold me.
But like, let's have more time to see each game.
Break it down.
Oh, never mind.
I'll never get out of here. Shut up and get
Yeah,
there.
you can definitely set the tilt sensitivity. All right. Hey, I get to put my initials in.
The tilt bob on an actual machine is a physical pendulum that sits in there and swings.
Quiet.
So you can move the pendulum higher up or lower to make it have a little less sensitivity or more cool.
All right. We're going back to, I think, 1963. This is Big Casino, and this is the widest flipper gap in history, as far as I know. We're gonna have to play this one at a time. It's a one-player game. One player, 5 balls. Yeah, there was a time when this was an acceptable thing to do with flippers.
How wide was it?
And like, this game is not bad because it's old. I enjoy a lot of old pinball games. This game is bad because, oh my gosh, this flipper layout.
Yeah.
One feature of this game is that dong every time you score, every time your hundreds digit changes. So, what you're trying to do is hit a bunch of 50s and make sure that when you drain, you hit 100. You want to hit all 3 different hundreds for, like, I think a 300-point bonus. Not exactly clear what things marked on the table. And if you hit those dead bumpers at the top, or also something with the slings down there, you can light the yellow and green bumpers for 10 points each, which is something, given these scores. Oh.
I love being a turtle. All right, excellent. 819 whole points. Let's go, gamers.
All right. Oh yeah, let's turn the dinging down. Yeah. Let's see. Also, this is a manual ball loader.
This looks like gambling. Calm down, Mayor LaGuardia.
If this were a real machine, I would have to pull a lever on the machine to load a ball. It wouldn't just do it for me. Well. Hey. 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 814 is my number to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Sure would be nice if it went to a flipper. Because, yeah, the thousands is just a 1 that can light up. Score reels are expensive. Well, let's see if I can make a lot out of this last ball. Ah, dang it.
I, for one, big fan of Italian bottoms.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Cat won this one. We are 2-2.
I'm Baresi Siciliano, so I at least have some authority on the subject. For those that don't know what that means, Italian bottom is a style of outlane and lane flipper for the bottom of the pinball table. Most things are Italian bottoms nowadays.
All right, I'm gonna make this one a little brighter with a filter. Only way I can figure out how to do it. That's not the right kind of brighter.
Oh, Algar! There's a table out there that you might know of called Gorgar. Some exec had the bright idea, like, we need to expand the Gorgar family and make the Gar family. And so this was the second and final table in the Gar franchise. It is miserable.
Unlike Gorgar, which was the first table to have speech on it, this one just has these noises.
Yep. There is no speech. Don't.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Try to turn down the volume.
Oh.
Yep. All right. And like, main thing is like, shortly after they developed this table, they came up with the first Black Knight table, and you know, immediately they had a much better thing to do with their production lines. But I think Steve Ritchie, who made Black Knight, was interviewed, and he's like, "Look, Black Knight didn't kill Algar. That was entirely Algar's fault." Now there are some cool things, you know, some fun shots on this table. Most of them are, you know, too wide. They've got that wide body awkwardness to them. Also, it's like really important to get that skill shot that lands in the hole that says "Open Gate," which none of us have gotten yet. Oh, good save.
Oh my god. Why is there flipper hop on a digital recreation? Ah!
When Kat gets back, I'm gonna ask her to tell me what flipper hop is, because I don't know either.
When there's not a smooth feed onto the flipper,
Oh!
the ball bounces a little bit.
Uh-huh. Maybe it's realistic.
Never been a good wide body? Twilight Zone?
Yeah. Yeah, there are...
Big game?
Yeah, the... Big Game you can even tell is a wide body. Like, thing about... Dang it. Thing about Twilight Zone, like, the shots are all so vertical, you forget that it's a wide body. Alright, Cat spelled Korra. Why are we trying to spell Korra? Who's Korra? I don't know.
I think that's an Avatar thing. P&G is a decent wide body.
Alright, this is ball 3. Alright.
I like Red and Ted. Most people don't.
Hey, got the
Oh
gate.
my gosh, the gate's open. The gate is the thing on the far right side that if the ball goes down that right out lane, it'll actually return to the plunger.
One of the things I'm trying to do is hit these captive balls on the right, but again, such a wide shot. I think if I backhand it, I could get it. Well, yeah. Because they are worth a bunch of points, and then you make that shot I just made to put them back, and so you can shoot them again. I'm just failing to do any of that. There we go. Hey, there's my gate!
This is the greatest game of Algar I've ever seen played.
Oh, no! Okay.
Hercules is not a good table. Like, it's a novelty at best. For those of you that don't know what Hercules is, it's a very large pinball table that has a cue ball for a pinball.
I've played a non-working Hercules, and it was, you know, about what you expect. Like, it tried to work, but, like, the flippers were just not strong enough to flip that cue ball. And I played a working Hercules, and it was, you know, it was okay to play once.
Yeah, there's not much to the game itself. Just sad, because, like...
Hey!
This is an amazing game of Algar, for the record.
Alright.
But I've seen multiple working Hercules at this. No longer fake. It's real, actually. Anyway, say goodbye to Algar forever. Ooh, good table next. Hey, what's your favorite movie, chat? Frost?
Moment. All right, we got 2 credits in it already.
I like to call this table 5 kilos of pure dirt.
Yeah, I have. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Now I have met people who will defend this table as a good table, but it sure is Did you start 2-player?
I did not. I'm waiting for the DMD to catch up.
Yep.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, it sure is unconventional.
5 kilos of pure dirt!
It's such a call out.
Sink the D's!
Oh, you got a ball save.
What?
The 90s ball save exists.
Jeez.
Fire the harpoon! 5 kilos of pure dirt!
So yeah, one thing that appeared on a lot of Gottlieb tables along this time was like an economy of something you collect.
Check your super hints.
And that you then go trade. And in this table, you're collecting dirt. Right now, Cat is trying to sink the D's. First, you gotta get 4 balls into it, which is actually a pretty repeatable shot. Lock balls in the D. That's what Cat has done, and now it's just gonna turn over and send most of them down the drain, probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a cool little boat mech on this thing that, like, you can see it there, but it's really cool to see, like, in person.
I am impressed that you got all 4 balls to the flippers for a moment.
I did not hit the goal.
Yep.
I sure teased it, though.
So, besides sinking the D's, what's going on this table? There's that hole there with the hexagonal hole that Cat just shot, and it goes whatever the lit up thing on the window is, and Cat has just chosen... Yeah, another thing that Gottlieb likes to do around now is like, hey, would you like multi-ball? Yes or no?
How much multi-ball would you like? Would you like us to assign someone to multi-ball?
And so as long as you hit the in lane, you get that hole lit again, and you can put the ball in it to get the next thing. And if you get 3 in a row lit up on that grid, you also get to sink the D's. All right. Okay, skill
shot for multi-ball.
Skill shot for multi-ball. Let's try it.
So Gottlieb just has this problem where all their tables are just the worst thing I've ever played. And I just don't understand why they keep doing this.
Well, they didn't keep doing it. They went out of business.
Sure did.
Let's see how I handle D's.
The water ski ramp and the water cannon. Huh. Good one. The classic blunder of being insufferably bad. How would I rank the big pinball companies? I mean, now it's Stern or bust.
Well, I mean, there's more companies now, but I mean, Stern does a pretty consistently good job these days. But like, 90s Bally Williams was the greatest pinball company.
Yeah, my brain can't separate Bally and Williams, so...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were the same company for the entirety of the 90s, so...
Yeah. We got some of the coolest pinball ever made, thanks to it.
Oh, am I in the trading post? Trade 1 dirt for begin combo. Sure, gotta spend this dirt on something.
Can't take it with you. You need dirt!
Feature. Alright, I could sink the D's. I'm gonna go for the super hint.
The super hint's actually
Where even is the harpoon? Well, it didn't matter. Alright, I should have gone for Sync the Ds. So super hint, it took me a while to
here
understand.
it is.
Oh, it took me a while to understand what it is. It picks one shot on the table and it makes it worth an unreasonable number of points. The best thing you can get is if the super hint tells you to hit the slings. And then it'll be 10 million every time you hit the sling.
Jesus.
Except it doesn't call them slings, it calls them kicking rubbers. Which just sounds like... it sounds like a Britishism. What'd you get? Oh, you get to sync the Ds again.
Oh, is that what I'm doing? Yo, no! I just want to play pinball.
This ball 2 or 3?
Ball 2.
Alright. Skill shot for jackpot, and this time the skill shot is going to be the dive hole. Hey! Wait, that wasn't a jackpot. Hey, let's do the Battle of the Atoll. Which is also a multi-ball.
So, Gottlieb in this era, you see these, like, weird Gottlieb flippers. I don't know, never seen a pair of these flippers that still function this day. Like, there's ones that physically flip, but, like, the mechanisms are just barely functional. Like, they just didn't hold up. And Gottlieb used to be, like, the Mercedes-Benz of pinball. Especially if you get down back to their, like, EM era.
Yeah, in the 60s and 70s, Gottlieb was, like, they were cranking out a new pinball table, like, every 6 weeks, and, like, making a lot of money on pinball.
Now, Gottlieb theoretically is still around. I don't know if the Gottlieb family is really in charge of it anymore. But,
Yeah, someone in chat was saying something about Sony.
but Gottlieb is classically, like, if you're going to own an actual pinball machine nowadays, even if you buy it secondhand, Gottlieb will want you to pay for it. And you can theoretically contact them for help, like manuals or diagrams or like just a map of what the electronics in the machine does. But they're gonna be like, well, you need to buy a license to use the table. So they're the ones going out there and like trying to get their ROMs taken down off the internet and trying to remove any manuals of theirs on the internet. Like, they're aggressively doing that. Like, I'll never own a Gottlieb for that reason. Just because they're just kind of out of their mind right now. Elliot's apparently having a very good ball, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and joke's on them, we've got the ROM anyway.
Yep.
And yeah, so this is, Visual Pinball X. Oh my gosh. See, that's what happens to me when I sync the D. Oh my god. That's what happens to me when I sync the Ds.
If Gottlieb wants to come in here and try to stop me, they can sync Ds.
Oh. Yeah, so this is Visual Pinball X, which, if you're familiar with emulation, I describe it as MAME plus physics. Because we are running the actual pinball ROM. And then people make, these physical simulations of what the table does. And I'm very impressed with what people in the VPX community do to recreate tables.
Say, please go in the hole. I'm at the trading post.
5 jackpots!
Yes, I would like 5 jackpots.
Jackpot! Jackpot! Jackpot!
Okay, now I know what dirt is for.
It's on the table.
Uh-huh.
There's a dirt trade thing, like on the apron, that we can't read very well here, but 20 or higher super multi-ball, 5 jackpots 20 through 29, 18 or 19 extra ball or multi-ball.
Alright, skill shot for jackpot. It's gonna be a close one, maybe.
Yeah, this is how you get the original Medieval Madness ROM. Because every Medieval Madness ROM will swear at you, but most operators have it all.
Fire the harpoon!
Complete map.
Oh, the instrument of our salvation! You got it!
I got it.
Dryland, up to left orbit. That's like the goal of the movie.
Figure how to get the ball to the right flipper. No, no, no!
3 kilos of pure dirt.
Coin for extended play.
Took this one.
Yep.
Well, get her dirt bonus, but I'm still in there.
All right, 3 wins for Cat. What's up next? All right, Rocket 3.
Oh, hey, y'all like pinball machines? Well, you won't. This one's not immediately apparent why it's not a pleasant engagement.
And it's got a mechanism that's completely unique in pinball and also completely sucks. You've got this big spinny device, and it means that when you're on the top half of the table, you have no idea where the ball's gonna go.
We're really getting control over that.
Yep. Cool thing about this table, I went back and watched the 2018, I think, Pinball World Championship match, like the final match between the last 2 players. It's a remarkable match if you find it on YouTube. It was supposed to be theoretically a best of 7, but if it's 3-3, it goes to best of 9, and they ended up playing 11 games. And one of the games they played, they could pick any game in the venue, and they picked this one. It was wild to see world champion players playing this game.
Yeah, honestly, tremendous choice, and I'm here for it. I can't believe I have hit nothing this whole game.
Yeah, so your goal is to spell Rocket repeatedly.
Oh, let's go!
Hey, you got the zipper flippers.
Never mind,
and
unzip.
No longer have the zipper flippers. That's a fun mechanism that showed up on a lot more tables.
No?
Yeah. Notice the cat's got an R. To get the replay, you're supposed to get to Planet 9. You're supposed to spell Rocket 9 times.
Love flipping pinball.
All right.
1273.
12?
I've seen her blow this table up.
This is from 1967. And it's called Rocket 3 because Bally in fact made 2 other tables named Rocket in the 30s.
I already forget this.
1263, I think.
Alright.
Oh, god dang
Shout
it.
out to the zipper flippers. Very good use of zips.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, you got to play a Rocket 3?
All right,
Uncle had
okay.
one? That's amazing.
So, I learned something from watching the championship match, which is this. It is a very safe shot. You might get it back up to the spinny device that way.
That's incredible.
It blew my mind. Oh, god dang it.
And someone was saying it's a bold inclusion to put this in, but like I don't know, I love that the cursed EM
Oh my
strat
God.
is sometimes the best strat when you get to pick a pinball table to play in a tournament. This is why I always wanted to play post time or paddock. All right, welcome to somewhat of a pinball table.
All right. This is the table about giving guns to children.
Welcome to Ready Aim Fire. There's no fun to be had here. There's no enjoyment to be had here. There's just no feelings.
Sounds dead. Hold on.
Oh yeah, we need to hear this.
Yeah, we do.
That's what, 9 pop bumpers, y'all?
Switching back and forth between the beta version of VPX and the more stable one. Here we go.
5 pop bumpers that are all related to an individual animal. Is it pinball? Is it for children? I don't know.
And so your goal is to hit enough of the stand-ups to light one of the animals, and then you hit the pop bumper. Oh, dang. And then you get something. I mean, you get points. And if you get enough... Hey, I got a teddy bear. And like... Oh, the table design is all about winning prizes, but I don't think you're gonna win a teddy bear by playing this table.
I want to win a teddy bear. Arborelia promised me a teddy bear if I play this table with her. I feel like this like needs an upper flipper.
Same vibe as Cubert.
Guess who made Cubert?
Uh-huh.
Gottlieb.
Yep, I think, in fact, I think this is the same year as the Cubert pinball table. But I like the Cubert pinball table.
Yeah, we won't be seeing the Cubert pinball table on stream
Yeah,
here.
it's too good.
It's very good.
It's a bear.
This game has some ambitious advertising, so like if you look at the flyer, they really go out of their way to try to hype this game up, but it's just not... What?
And like, I can definitely imagine seeing this table at a rundown arcade by a not very popular beach.
I can see this table at the pizza place from the Nicolas Cage Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Not the actual good, what was that table? Satan something? Devil's Dare? Devil's Dare was the table in that movie.
Hey, I got a giraffe. Oh.
This is the table in Cece's Pizza!
Alright, I won that one, just barely.
This is the table that you get at the combination KFC Taco Bell Pizza Hut.
Alright.
Alright, it's time for the 90s. It is time for the 90s to be gay.
Yeah, I really wanted this table to be like a more satisfying table to play, or have, you know, I wanted this table to be good given the name. So when they say gay 90s, they are talking about the 1890s. I have no idea what on this table...
I've made it 3 players. And we got a plunge player.
Alright. I have no idea what on this table relates to the 1890s. And like, generally, there's some reasonable mechanisms on this table. Bit of a wide flipper gap. The main thing that's completely evil is this left drop lane. If you get in that lane that says change down post, you are not getting the ball back unless you have lit the left kicker. And
that Street Fighter 2 table's real good. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And so I feel like that's the goal of the table, is to light the left kicker. Okay, all right, let's try it. And to do that, you have to make the shot at the center target. God, which is always a risky shot to make.
The center target is more commonly known as the sucker shot.
But also the post is cool. At least something on this table is for... Okay, well, I lit the kicker and then drained.
Case in point.
This is player 3.
All right. Damn, I had a good start too. Case in point.
Yeah, I like it when a table has good dings. All right, let's go for it. Yeah? Did not get it back under control.
He's beaten by the freaking plunge.
I think this one is like a beautiful recreation of the table.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got this one set to 3-ball or 5-ball. It says 5 balls on the table, but that's not always true. All right. I could have had that one. Okay, it's oh, never mind.
Good thing the left gate was open.
Oh. Get this 5-ball. 5 balls per game used to be a lot more common, especially when table designs were more unreasonable like this one. They want your balls to be fast, so that you moving, keep putting quarters in.
These outlanes are hateful.
Yeah.
I would not put this in the realm of good tables.
Yeah,
or...
like I mean, yeah, I generally like it, but yeah, that's why I included it here is the outlanes.
These flippers, I'm trying.
No, don't roll. Okay, okay.
Nice.
This wasn't worth many points yet, but okay. Now I can make safe shots on that thing. 200. Oh.
Alright, plunge player, let's go.
Alright.
GG Arborelia. I'm a big fan of like, let's make a table about the 1930s. Oh dear.
One of the decisions I had to make for making the schedule was which KISS table do we put in?
Yeah, there was definitely the choice between the two of like which KISS table is the right one.
But yeah, it's a really cool looking table. And the thing about this table is that there's one thing that matters, and it's what Cat's doing right now, which is hitting that center lane over and over. That is the only thing that matters. Because it gives you bonus, your bonus carries over. As long as you get enough of it. You want to fill up that grid, and hitting that lane when it's lit gives you an entire line of the grid.
The table is pretty loud, yeah. So when a table seems louder, like the noises don't kind of make sense. Like you gotta remember what they're working with first off, and also at the same time, like these tables were built to be in a loud arcade or like a loud bar, somewhere loud.
Oh yeah,
oh my gosh,
Of course, I didn't get it 3 times like you did.
Jennifer, I am delighted to tell you both IRL KISS tables are terrible.
Oh, I ended up going with this one because it is the better recreation. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do to get nearly as many points as that center lane. And like, so according to Pindigo, which is an app for keeping track of IRL pinball scores, I took the high score on the copy of this table at the Asheville Pinball Museum. Now this could be because like if you're good at pinball, you are doing something better than playing KISS at the Asheville Pinball Museum.
This table also, this had several art revisions when they were designing the table because they presented it to the band and they wanted their bulges to be larger. And I don't think they even got there. That is a 100% true story for the record.
I feel like it's very important in a band-themed pinball table whether the band gives a single crap about pinball. Which, like, Guns N' Roses has 2 pinball tables. The first Guns N' Roses table was really good. And Slash had, like, input on his design. And Kiss's input on this table was that their bulges should be larger.
Foo Fighters is another example of a pinball table that the band really enjoyed and were like, you know, that rules, and they said yes to pretty much everything.
Oh, God.
Because they were just excited to have a pinball table, and that's why Foo Fighters was so good. This wasn't gonna bulge on that requirement.
All right. So, we can hardly blame Stern Electronics for this table. Which, you know, because they play tested it, and they found out how much people despised it, and they stopped making it.
They put it on a location, and the location called them and said, can you come take it back?
Which is the only time they say that ever happened. So they were going, let's turn this one down a lot. So yeah, like, it was 1982, the pinball industry was going through one of its slumps. They needed to make a cheap table. And so they get Harry Williams, the Harry Williams, the one Williams is named after, inventor of the tilt sensor. They get Harry Williams to come out of retirement, and they're like, can you design the kind of table you designed in the 50s? And Harry Williams comes up with this.
Harry Williams was also perpetually now, like, out of retirement. Even after he stopped making pinball tables and, like, sold Williams, he kept designing pinball tables and just, like, snail mailing them to the pinball companies. And every now and then they'd be like, yeah, cool, let's do it. So you'll be noticing these flippers aren't in a position that can hit the ball very nicely, ever. And also, so the objective on this table is to hit the bumpers in order.
I have never accomplished it.
We've both gotten one away. That is a magnet in the middle. Come on, let's go. Six.
Nope. But yeah, a great thing about VPX is we get to experience tables like this. You know, tables that were prototypes that were never put into, you know, the main production line. Sometimes for good reasons, but there are some prototype tables that I actually really love.
And there's some pinball tables that get designed and they had to guess the rules because they quite know them. A lot of the flipperless machines, people had to guess the rules to them when they designed them. Pinball's dying, let's make it die faster.
Hey.
That is a magnet in the center, grabbing the pinball and sending it to Narnia. That was me? No. Okay.
It's just only got one player's score on the screen at a time. $59,000. All right, I got work to do here. That lane spots one of your bumpers. I'll probably never get to hit it again. Oh, hey. No. Oh my gosh! No. All right, that one.
No, this was made by Harry Williams of Williams Entertainment.
All right.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take a moment to get some lights on this table.
Yo, y'all like trucks?
You like darkness?
I hate this table. It's bad and should feel bad. This is a table I insisted we put on here. I have competed on this table. I have never played well on this table. It is bad. What you want to do is hit that hole at the top. You want to get your double bonus. Then hit your spinners and hit that bolt. The perspective is very weird.
Yeah, it is. The main problem I have with this table is the fact that one of the awards, like, on that saucer, you can get 5,000 points or you can get 50 points, and you don't have very much control over which.
Nope. It's just a bad, hateful table that you don't really have control over anything and doesn't reward you for anything but getting lucky. There's a much better table that has to do with trucks. What's the name of it?
Truck stop?
Truck Stop? Is that the Bally Williams one?
Yeah.
Their first table?
Getting us some more dings. Okay, got the 3,000 saucer. Oh, good, 50 points. And like a whole 500 from the lit spinner. Like, hitting a lit spinner is supposed to be exciting. But I mean, the reason it's exciting is it gives you another shot at the saucer, which I'm still not hitting. Oh, well. Alright, I think Cat's got this one.
I worked so hard for it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what a game. Alright, well. Gotta hit that saucer like 7 times.
Still no double bonus.
No. Come on, get in the saucer! My problem is I'm failing to get in the saucer at all. Alright, 3,000. No! I was trying to trap and I failed. Another win for Cat. Alright, let's keep riding things. This time we're going to try to ride the big wheel. So Zaccaria Pinball was an Italian manufacturer of pinball tables. Let's get light on this one also. And you can get a PC app for playing Zaccaria tables. It's actually a pretty good app, and they've got some pretty good table. Shoot, did that wrong? Hold on. They've got some pretty good tables. This one, it's kind of like a meme between me and Kat and like the people we play virtual pinball with. It's not good, but it's very compelling to try to do the thing.
Out of gas.
Get ready for the ride.
So Zaccaria had just the previous year invented the movable ramp, and then they made a table where moving a ramp is the only thing you can do, pretty much. And so your goal is to knock down those drop targets that the ramp is sitting on, which drops the ramp, and then lets you get to the upper playfield, and the upper playfield is where you can actually score points.
This recreation is a little squirrely, but it'll if we get up to the big wheel, I'll cry.
Oh. Another thing about Zaccaria tables is that a lot of them have game time bonus. When you're playing your third ball, you're earning seconds for a fourth ball. So on your fourth ball, you get to play for that many seconds. But that only starts counting on the third ball.
Great. Now ride the big wheel. Look out!
Oh, I've still got the brightness cranked up.
Whew. Now
on.
ride on the sun. We're playing with Xbox One controllers. But there are interfaces that have like accelerometers so you can realistically nudge tables and stuff.
Alright, better.
Look out, gee, thanks.
I want to make a pinball controller that's like a big thing you can nudge, and maybe making it out of hey, that's one of the cool things on this table is the outlane saves being a flipper that you flip. All right, ball 3, where you earn game time bonus.
No, I don't.
Hey, faster, faster. You're out of gas.
I think this is your game time bonus.
Faster, faster.
Oh yeah, sure is.
The thrill is over.
It's really over. Also, Zaccaria Pinball really enjoyed insulting the player. Don't know if this one will. But we'll see.
It probably will. Given the way we're playing. God dang it!
Say stand up, shall we? Faster, faster. You're out of gas. Faster, faster.
I want it to go faster. Get out of the pops!
The thrill is over.
It's really over.
I'm sorry. You're an amateur rider.
Yep, we're getting insulted.
You're an amateur rider. At least they apologized. On Farfalla, they'll just look at your score and be like, that score? No talent.
Alright. Let's get one from the more modern pinball era. Make sure we get the DMD. It's hard for a modern machine to be that bad. But there was a lot of tables that Stern was making in the late 2000s where it's like, they're just a mishmash of stuff, and the art on the table is a mishmash of Photoshop. And this table is one of those.
Pretty good.
Hey, let me move the DMD so we can see it.
Ah, but here's the smell of the blood still, and all the perfumes in Arabia will not sweeten this little room.
Oh, right. Skill shot. Oh, I'm in the centrifuge. I'll stay there forever. It's cool. Yeah, this is around the era when... right around the era when Stern was just spending way too much money on, like, pinball tables.
I think you've got another ball plunge. Oh, never mind.
Red evidence is lit.
And they're just like, we are spending too much money, and they pare down eventually to tables with less features. But in the meantime, they're just going ham with this stuff. And it nearly bankrupted them.
Watch closely as the DNA reveals its true source.
I'll score 4,000. Good.
That was a skull, a mechanical skull in the upper left corner.
I've got fingerprints over here. Complete DNA to Light DNA Lab.
God, you know what we should have had included? Wheel of Fortune.
Huh. Is it that bad?
Oh
That was
God,
pretty
yes.
Cool. There is a picture of a
Centrifuge multi-ball.
But just of like all the improbable themes.
Jackpot.
Yeah, sure, CSI.
All right, I want everybody thinking worst case scenario. Jackpot.
Is he I'll save a point.
Yes? Oh, I didn't even notice there was a post there.
Yeah, sorry about the skull making horrible noises.
Part of the experience.
Ah, is there a shot called the skull shot?
Oh, that's the ramp.
That I think is a skill shot.
Shoot the ramp to begin fearmonger
No,
about
never
a
mind.
popular trend multi-ball.
Yeah, no, that's not a skill shot. I would have to hit it directly.
TikTok is bad for you, frenzy. Ask your kids if they know this term, hurry up. No, we don't understand furries wizard mode.
Oh, almost.
Skull multi-ball.
It's a skull from No Fear.
Is it?
Watch and learn. Jackpot.
No Fear was Belly Williams, though. They didn't invert that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pinball go spinny.
That has to wear out so fast.
Nice jackpot.
Yeah, I want to know what's even in there mechanic-wise.
Nice jackpot. There wasn't any DNA in the sample.
What is that left-right shot over there?
Or multi-ball. Nice.
I do believe that's a jackpot.
Go in the thing. Everyone out of the pool. Juniper, for the record, I am a professional pinball player. I'm not quite as good with a controller, but I can flip quite okay.
Skull multi-ball.
And yeah, it's not like this is a particularly bad table, except just it's the Stern mishmash of stuff era that I feel like we needed to represent.
I prefer which, if you will. Oh. Hey, I understand that. There is, oh my god, can you start multi-ball during multi-ball? What is this, The Godfather? I forgot what I was gonna say. I had like a thing I wanted to say. I'm sorry. Oh right, when you do compete in like professional pinball and whatnot, like you don't really get a chance to be like, oh, I just don't want to play this table. I'll never compete on it, because you will compete on it eventually, and it always will be at the time that you just aren't ready for it. So trying to play well on every table is the difference between like being good and like being great. And I'm still getting there.
Nice jackpot. Ah, the wondrous mystery of DNA.
Where's my other pinball? Oh, there you are. Oh, there's more.
This is ball 1, isn't it? No.
This is 2.
I've played a ball.
Microscope
I have never seen this mode.
I think this is the red evidence multi-ball. Yeah. I'll just send everything in there and hang out. A lot of spins for a bollock! Fine.
I'll save on both of those.
Sure bet I do.
Yep.
Flashing. Wait, is there a magnet down there?
The horseshoe?
Yeah, not in the horseshoe. There's one in the horseshoe at the top. I mean, on below the...
double jackpot.
His...
Triple jackpot. Gather as much evidence as you can.
Cool.
I want to wait for that ball to end.
Replay.
All right, let's see if I can game out of my mind here.
Skull multi-ball.
Okay.
I believe in the dream.
I believe that's a jackpot.
I believe that's a jackpot. I really like the callouts on this table.
The light DNA lab.
Oh, that still got ball save.
Also, I love how it plays like the CSI noise before it kicks the ball out. So it does the dun 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 dun. Like you could just see a CSI Miami table that does the yeah. When it kicks the ball out.
Oh god, dang it.
Watch and learn. Jackpot.
Oh, really?
All right. Okay, no, there's just a little turnaround thing in there.
Yep.
This was definitely a side. Presence of fleas suggests this Vic laid with dogs. Markers on the DNA reveal something interesting. Special is lit.
Special is a free game. Very important to collect in pinball. In like, you know,
And that's a lock for ball one.
home tables.
And like sometimes it'll be set to extra ball. Like it's called special because the operator like can control what it does.
Yeah.
So sometimes it'll be set to extra ball. In a tournament you don't play extra balls either, so that's still not important. And sometimes you can set it to points, which is the only way it would matter in a tournament. It does cause a lot of uncertainty about what the special is set to.
Yeah. I like points. Turn off my EVs. Give me points.
Right. See if I can get this. Such a tight range for the skill shot. Oh,
Same place on Tommy.
David, get this body out of here now. We got cross-contamination.
great. Skillfully got it in the out lane from the flipper. Okay. All right, a blurry photo.
Same place on Tommy and kind of Adam's Family also.
Adam's Family is so much easier to plunge, though.
Yeah, it is. It's just a... Oh, God.
Red evidence is lit.
Oh. No.
Check
Okay.
the blood evidence on that ball.
The other table we had in the running, of,
That
like,
block.
trash TV tables was, 24. But 24 kind of whips.
Yeah. Yeah, I put it in and then started playing and like, wait, no, this table is actually good.
24 is so cool. There's so much you could do on that table. It's kind of like a sister table to this, but it's a better layout and feels better.
And also, like, the lights and iconography on the table that, like, tell you what you're trying to accomplish are so much better on 24.
Skull.
All right, we're back to Skull Multi-Ball.
Broken glass, pool of blood.
We believe that's a jackpot. Jackpot. Watch and learn. Jackpot. Check for DNA.
Oh, still got ball save somehow.
Oh. God, so the 24 table has clear progression. The show could have learned from that. Yeah, like you complete your briefcase, you complete your sniper. There's like a safe house. It's really cool. This is one of the coolest pinball mechs I've ever seen. The skull is up there though.
Oh my god, just get in the centrifuge.
think you got it.
Oh, did I? How?
Yeah.
Just bouncing off of it was enough? Oh.
It says centrifuge multi-ball.
Oh.
Jackpot!
This should go somewhere.
Nice jackpot. Jackpot!
Ah. Still going. Refuge is lit again.
Ah, the wondrous mystery of DNA.
Hey.
Centrifuge jackpot!
Alright.
She's chopping wood.
Jackpot!
I need to hit the... Oh, shoot. Never mind. I think I started a couple different multi-balls, and that's why there kept being ball save. But yeah. Alright. That gets to put in her initials.
Please enter your initials into our database for record keeping.
Yes.
Never tell the cops your name.
Hey, Catherine. Come check this out.
Alright, one more groan from the skull, and let's go on to the next table. Alright, it's 1994. You could be... Let's restart VPX for a moment. I think it was starting to stutter. It's 1994. You could be playing Bally Williams World Cup Soccer, which is an amazing table. However, it is time to play Gottlieb's World Challenge Soccer.
Or as we call it, wrong dog soccer.
Let's crank up the brightness on this one.
This table's not terrible, but it's not good. It's a reskinned car hop, right?
Yeah, car hop was a good table. I feel like all the shots that made car hop fun are slightly wrong on this table.
Oh, it sure is the same year as World Cup Soccer. Gottlieb tried to get this out before Bally Williams World Cup Soccer. Didn't quite. I think they might actually, did they? I don't know. Shoot the goal!
I think they might have.
Yeah, I think they got it out before World Cup Soccer. DMD.
Oh, DMD. We're missing the DMD.
Give me just a second to...
Trap the ball, I can...
There we go.
Okay.
Excellent drop.
Better. Okay.
Now, shout out to this left return that sometimes just doesn't make it into your in lane.
Feels very similar to if you try to go for the skill shot instead of full plunging, and you plunge too short, it's gonna land on that right divider and might just go into the out lane.
You see it, it wants to go out there.
Center target lit. Something. Thinking a lot.
I'm trying. It's 10 million. It's the center target round.
Wow. Oh. Oh, probably worth it.
I've got almost all of World Challenge Soccer spells.
Wow. Yeah, what happens when you spell it?
Oh, then you get an A on your test.
Is that actually more to spell than spelling scrumdiddlyumptious on Wonka?
I don't know. I do really like the 10 million call. Like this table's kind of exciting, and its only inclusion on here is it's kind of got some jank to it, but like it's definitely Gottlieb attempting to get in on the World Cup fever. Mm-hmm. What was this? Germany and what? 94?
I don't remember. And like, problem is like it invites unfavorable comparisons to World Cup soccer and car hop.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Yeah, USA, because you play as the USA on the other pinball table. World Challenge Soccer is one letter longer than Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Amazing. Hey, wait, hey, did that count? I saw the goal animation, so I guess so.
The best sports table is definitely Bally Williams World Cup Soccer.
Yeah.
Like there's others. There's what is it? I guess Indianapolis 500 would be a sports table. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Indy
Okay.
500 is an amazing table.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm scoring goals. Is that important?
Probably. Like there's the what's the Data East football table?
Oh, Monday Night Football.
There's Monday Night Football. I don't really know if that's a good table.
Yeah, it's a little repetitive, I think.
And then Striker Extreme was a generic sports table, but they did reskin Striker Extreme as Stern's NFL.
Yeah, Striker Extreme was like the generic soccer table that they made in 2000 when they're like, well, we're the only pinball company left. Might as well get something out the door.
Well, they remade it and re-released it as NFL.
Yeah, yeah. And then
neat.
Yeah, and then for NFL they released. Hold on, I think it's still me.
Oh.
I got an extra ball. Yeah, so I'm actually doing well here. I don't even have to spell World Challenge Soccer. Yeah, NFL is interesting because they've got a different backlash for every like NFL team.
Yeah, you could when you ordered your NFL table or wherever, you could pick what team you wanted on it.
World Challenge.
Any good baseball tables? A lot of the baseball tables are old ones. There's a very, very good basketball table.
Is it Space Jam?
NBA Fast Break.
Okay, sure. Alright, well, that...
NBA Fast Break has...
Why are these goals happening?
I'm good at pinball. NBA Fast Break got callouts from the legendary Tim Kitzrow, who did a lot of pinball work. Who you may know as the announcer of NBA Jam. The boom shakalaka guy.
Yeah, he's the announcer on so many pinball tables.
There's also a really cool feature where you can link to NBA Fast Break tables together and play head-to-head that way. We need a modern baseball table? Probably. Like, no one's made them. Isn't he on No Fear? Probably. He's done voice work for a lot of tables, and he still does. He voiced the Stiff in the Coffin on all 3 Elvira tables.
Oh, extra ball is... Oh my gosh. It just needs to hit one more... That one more drop target. No.
He did all the callouts on the Twilight Zone table.
Yeah, like you'd think it's Rod Sterling, but Rod Sterling was not alive, right?
Nope. Juniper, I recommend checking out all 3 Elvira tables. They are all amazing.
Yeah, when it comes to like pinball tables that come out better because the subject appreciates pinball, I think Elvira tables all fall into that category. In particular, Elvira appreciates the callouts.
Yeah. I cannot keep up.
Oh, you were 1 letter short of World Challenge Soccer.
There's also one of the worst tables I've ever played. What's the Sega soccer table? The one that swears at you?
Oh, Flipper Football.
Flipper Football.
Alright. Yeah, we still got the Gottlieb plunge into multi-ball going on.
Oh, that was Capcom, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think my favorite call out on Elvira is that I'm having multiple jackpots call out. Like, that's just beautiful. I also would like to thank the boys.
Score 1 goal to win match.
I don't think they mean with me, but there's definitely a challenge matches thing going on in the bottom right corner.
Hey! So did I win a match? Okay, 5-1. All right.
Yeah, House of Horrors is essentially MST3K pinball because it's just like all the modes are different horror movies that would have appeared on our show back in the day. Like Manos Hands of Fate has a mode on that table.
Hey!
And like, I really just... I'll never not be bitter about that Elvira table. Just because they don't release a pro version. So like, the minimum cost of one is like $15,000. Because there's only premium models and LEs and then super LEs. The super LE being like 40,000. Whereas if you could find like a pro model, it would be somewhere in the vicinity of like 7. And that's doable. You have something going on here.
Yeah, I've got special round, and I'm trying to hit the drop targets. There's one. Nope. Oh.
The difference is usually the pros or the premiums have like extra bits and bobs and things. Just extra stuff on the table.
Yeah, so I had a good game here.
Yeah, that was amazing. We got 30 minutes?
Yeah, a little less because we started it late.
Oh, right.
But yeah. All right. So it's arguable whether this table is bad or like amazing.
I love this table.
Uh-huh. But like it sure is frustrating sometimes. So let's include it.
Hella lore on this table though.
Uh-huh.
Hella lore.
Yeah. Like you'll see this table come up in competitions. And as I understand it, an unopened container of these tables was found in a warehouse, I think in Vancouver, in the early 2010s. Just new in-box tables from 1977. And so you'll see this table working better than most tables from the era. And so you've got these dragon heads on the table. They fold down into the table if you hit them. It's very cool when that happens. I understand that is not the strategy. The strategy is to light the pop bumpers and hit them a lot.
JoJo's pinball table. So those are cool dragon heads on them. Apparently they're the worst thing in the world to shoot, but how could you not?
Yeah, you gotta hit them from the front. There we go. And it makes that honk noise. And like, hitting the dragon heads gives you bonus, but they're all such dangerous shots. And so what you really want to do is hit lanes 1, 3, and 5, which light pop bumpers.
Cool, love pinball.
And yeah, this is why I included the table, because it's clever, it's interesting, it's so frustrating.
The gap is a little wider too.
Yeah.
Which you'll find on a lot of non-US tables. Not a US table, right?
I don't remember where Interflip is from. Spain, it says it right there, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, heck. Yeah, there used to be a reasonably thriving Spanish pinball industry. And now the only place that pinball tables are made is the US.
Oh my god! I hit the ball once!
Spanish tables are interesting, you know, because they just do a lot of things differently. Sure, I'll take a 5.
Love the honk. Most often, like, probably the most common Spanish pinball table you'll see is what, like Mars Trek?
Oh, yeah.
I see Mars Trek everywhere.
And it's by Sonic, which is the Spanish branch of Sega.
Nope.
And it was named that in the 70s, like way before Sonic the Hedgehog.
Having the best game of this in my life.
Notice how this table has 6-digit scores, but still only needs 4 score reels. They just put 2 zeros on the end that never move. Score reels are expensive.
I love the honk, though. It's really good.
Dang it. Best ball, I think. All right, well, I got work to do.
So, I, myself, Flannel Cat, used to stream a lot of pinball. I do anytime Zen puts out a new table because I've basically got a Zen Press account and I get all their tables for free and they ask me to stream them and that's fine. However, Elia has been working on a project called Silverball Century where she has been playing pinball tables year by year in chronological order. And I don't know, it's maybe one of the coolest things you could ever watch on Twitch.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It has been going for just over a year now. We have gotten from 1932 to 1997.
Only 3 more years until we throw a funeral for him.
Uh-huh.
My wife is the coolest person I know.
Bonus, 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 bonus!
Damn, girl! Told you you're better than me.
Alright. Alright, I think we get to do one of these two. Which one?
That one.
This one?
Wait, is swearing on?
I turned it to family-friendly mode. Let's do it. Yeah, we were talking about Capcom's Flipper Football. Let's play it.
I didn't realize it was on the list.
Yeah, I just threw it in. I just had to make sure to turn off the mode where it drops the F-bomb constantly. This sure is a machine that, like... It's like a machine that hates you for playing it. It also has other unconventional things going on.
Sound.
No sound. Well. PPXs. A lot of Capcom machines feel like they hate you for playing them. And then there's Break Shot, which is really good.
Come on!
Hold on.
Come on!
For the record, this man on the uncensored one tells you to stick your hands down your pants and pull out a coin.
I mean, we've got the DMD on the top of the screen, so let's just play it like this.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Bomb! You get the job! Play this stinking game!
Is it up for 2-player?
Pretty sure.
Okay. So this is a soccer pinball game that is scored like soccer. Your goal is to get the ball in the goal. If you drain, it's a goal for the opposing team.
Barely a game.
Yeah, and like, there's those drop targets in front of the goal. They reset a lot. My understanding is that if you hit enough other things on the table, they will reset less. But really, you just gotta flail around on that top playfield and get the ball in the goal.
Come on! Come on!
A goal to the other side. Player 2 has the ball.
All right. Oh, so it just gives me the point.
Yep.
This is kind of neat to play 2-player.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a word, but maybe I'm gonna use it loosely. This table really shines in 2 players.
Player 1 has the ball.
Nice.
Player 2 has the ball.
All right. Oh. Right.
I also saw that there was that the table was kind of like Joust, but it was like football themed. It was at the event this weekend.
Oh, neat. I don't know what that is. Corner kick. What that does? Oh, it means it's not dropping. Oh, no, it's over already. It really feels like I'm accomplishing things, but I am absolutely not.
It's so noisy.
A goal to the other side. Player 1 has the ball.
Alright, I'm getting destroyed.
It's just also sort of like the most fluid DMD animation like in existence.
Yeah, Capcom was really good at the DMD animations.
Whoa, what a save!
Ball save on that. No, I won't get ball save on that, though. Oh, I do get ball save on that. Okay. Can you get the ball to my flippers this time? No? Okay, yes. Yeah!
Nice.
Player 1 has the ball.
This is kind of hype, actually.
That's the half.
And the first
If I
half.
can get a goal, it doesn't matter.
Hey, get back in the game!
Player 1 has the ball.
Honestly, this makes so much sense, more sense as a two-player game. No.
A goal to the other side. Player 1 has the ball.
Anything stopping you from just holding the ball while you're ahead? Good question. I bet it stops counting down. I bet the referee makes noises at you that would be the F word if you had adult mode on.
A goal to the other side. Player 2 has the ball.
Also, we've got different timers, and I'm confused by that.
I think that's how much time you have to play. But I think there's a like a countdown timer for how long you can even play your game. So if you just hold it, you're just gonna count down all your time. I think. Nice. There's 4 minutes left. I've got 27 minutes left.
Yeah, that's wild.
Whoa, what a save!
I don't believe it!
Player 2 has the ball.
That's easier really getting to this table.
Time has run out. Player 1 has the ball.
Alright, you could play this out, but I think I want to move on to the last table. I think you've clearly won.
Fine.
Oh,
Let's see what happens.
okay, yeah. I guess you've got not too many. Alright, I'll take the points. Yeah, it's gonna be over pretty quick, actually. Yeah, I assume we're just playing one player from here on.
Time has run out.
Alright, game.
Home wins the game. Let's go, baby. 8-5.
Flip a football? Ha! Play this stinking game!
Alright. So we've got one more. And the one we decided to end on. James Cameron's Avatar.
Pinball now, folks.
Possibly modern Stern's least beloved game.
I played one of these in real life the other day. It was a thing I did.
And again, like, you know, it's modern Stern. The game is okay. okay.
Player 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's pretty fun.
But it's a game about getting multi-ball over and over, as I understand it.
Alright, ladies, let's bring the pain.
We're on a ride a banshee.
Shoot the ramp to ride a banshee.
They bring the fight to us.
It's an extremely repeatable shot in the arcade version, in the actual arcade.
For some kind of shock and awe campaign.
Alright. How many times do you have to hit that? Oh. Yep.
Multi-ball.
So, what I am told about this game in competition is you just want to alternate Amp Suit multi-ball and Link multi-ball for as long as you can. And there are like other things you can do on the table. But that's basically where the points are.
The backhand on the left orbit, let's go!
Yeah, the Tron Legacy table is pretty great.
I love Tron Legacy.
Let's get in the whole 9 yards. Shoot the lit arrows. Valkyrie collected. I'm at it.
Oh, it's a angsty, angry, mean table. Let me be honest. Tron Legacy is a hard game. But study up them rules and start learning the layout and realize that the flippers are not centered with the table. They are off to the left. It helps a lot more. And it helps my brain's spatial awareness. The flippers are not in the middle, they're a little bit to the left.
Let's do battle, Sully.
I don't think my wife has seen either Tron movie, and I need to actually show her that.
Yeah, dang it.
I'm gonna jam
Magnet.
that ball down your throat, soldier. You see anything blue, light it up.
Yeah, that's what I've as much referenced, that they're not really like good movies, but I really do like Legacy a lot. It's so pretty.
Killing the indigenous.
Oh good, unobtainium.
But
obtained it.
Good.
More than bad.
However, the animated series that got cut off on a cliffhanger ending for Tron was astounding.
Collect all the seeds for fast score.
Is that Uprising? That was phenomenal.
See what you got, soldier.
I also really like, I think someone brought up Tron 2.0, the like 90s shooter. I thought that was kind of cool, especially it's got this whole thing where like you travel around the internet, and if you travel to a computer in that game that's got like a 28.8 modem, the world moves slower or something.
Oh. Nice.
You better be careful, Corporal. You've got to obey the rules. Pinball rules.
Can I get this amp suit? No? Apparently not.
There's two philosophies with build warnings and everything. If you make them too funny, people will tilt on purpose and damage your machine. But I'm a big fan of when they do that.
I'm so glad that I started Amp Suit Multi-Ball, because I was draining it at the same time.
I played this and what was the other Gottlieb table that was kind of a jam? Oh, Stargate. Stargate is a great table. I like the little Ken doll in the refrigerator.
Alright, time to melt away into fairies or something. And good game, Cat.
Okay.
Alright, so Cat has won this bad pinball tournament. I'm so glad you are all here for it. Yeah, that brings us to the end. So I'm Arborelia. I stream virtual pinball on most Thursday nights. Next Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, is going to be 1998 pinball tables on my Silverball Century, my chronological pinball stream.
I'm still Flannel Cat. I play lots of whatever. You'll see me a lot this weekend. Mostly, I'm a variety streamer that streams full-time every weekday, and I just kind of play whatever fancies me. Anytime a new table comes out in FX, you'll see it on my stream, though. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out. I really love this. I wanted, Arborelia initially wanted to do this as like a, hey, let's both play in this, but I wanted her to spearhead this, and like, I would say 98% of this work is her, and she did an amazing job here. Please give her a follow for pinball, queerness, VTubing, Nappletail, just and randomizers. She likes them randomizers. Thanks so much for hanging out, friends.
Y'all.